While Vikings was a story about combat and invasion, it was also about love and loyalty, the latter of which was the show's most tested virtue. People got bolder and far less honest as their desire for power intensified. Ragnar turned on his people, while Rollo and his sons turned on each other. It became impossible to predict whether anyone's loyalty would last in the end. And those examples aren't it either, as throughout the 6 seasons of Vikings, we saw many betrayals. Welcome to the Vikings Code, and today we will be talking about the 10 worst betrayals in Vikings, so please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and let's get into it. At number 10, King Aeile's attempt to double-cross Ragnar. Ragnar Lothbrok, the freshly minted Earl of Kattegat, sent his warriors to Northumbria to conquer King Aeile's kingdom back in Season 1. They kidnapped the king's brother, Lord Aethelwulf, during a night raid. Over a feast, Aelle sought to make a transaction for his brother's freedom and consented to Ragnar's fee of 2,000 pounds in gold and silver. But instead, he dispatched a cart without payment, followed by an attack on the Viking camp. And it did not end well for Aethelwulf, because he was killed for his brother's betrayal. Number 9. Rollo's baptism. To satisfy Aeile's conditions for his brother's release, Rollo volunteered to be baptized as a Christian. Rollo's conversion was really a deception to finish the parlay, and he double-crossed the king, who then attempted to double-cross the Vikings. Rollo showed his devotion to the Viking gods, and so did Floki, who spit on the holy ground of the baptism in disgust by thwacking several injured Northumbrians to death for the sake of clarity. Number 8. Herald against Bjorn. Herald had been defeated by the English and didn't have much of a choice when Bjorn gained control of Herald's army in York. He had been misled by Ivar, so returning to Kattegat was out of the question. Bjorn came to his rescue and offered him a second opportunity to reclaim his old glory. When Olaf kidnapped him, Bjorn risked his life and the lives of his soldiers to save him. Instead of staying faithful to Bjorn, Herald reverted to his old ways and plotted to assassinate Bjorn at a time when Norway desperately needed to be unified. Number 7. Rollo slaughtering his own people. Rollo, who was well established in the Frankish royal line as Count after marrying Princess Gisla, showcased his ruthlessness in the Season 4 opener, one of multiple betrayals against his brother Ragnar. Rollo unleashed an assault on the Viking camp by Frankish soldiers, slaughtering even children, and becoming the ultimate traitor to the Norsemen. They fought back, but it was too late. The camp had been nearly destroyed. Number 6. Chettle against Floki. Chettle Flatnose's betrayal was also memorable. Floki felt like he had finally completed his life's goal when he discovered the desolate place he called the Land of the Gods. He wasn't aiming to build the wealthiest or finest environment for people to live, but he was doing his best. He was in charge of the lives of everyone he brought there, so he was relieved when Chettle claimed to forgive Eyvind. The deal would have gone flawlessly if Chettle hadn't shown his demon side by slaughtering Eyvind's whole family. Floki was devastated, and he eventually gave up on people. We're now halfway to number 1 for the worst betrayals in Vikings. That being said, if you have not liked, comment, or subscribed to the Vikings Code yet, we're going to take that personally as a betrayal. So please make sure to do so. Coming in at number 5, King Horrick getting double-crossed. After several shocking betrayals in Season 2, 2 major characters faced Ragnar's wrath. Blood Eagle slaughtered Jarl Borg and King Horrick, and both paid the ultimate price. The king, who had previously supported Ragnar, had stormed Kattegat, allegedly turned Floki against him, and coerced Siggy into murdering his family. Ragnar, on the other hand, assassinated most of Horrick's family and followers and went berserk, headbutting, skull smashing, and stabbing the monarch. Number 4. Ivar against Herald. Ivar was bound to turn on Herald at some point, since he was self-centered and vicious, but when he did, it was difficult for Herald to bear. Herald was fighting for Ivar to become king in the first battle of Kattegat, but Ivar abandoned him, and he nearly got killed. It was because of Ivar that Herald even killed his brother Halfdan. Number 3. Ragnar against Lagertha. Lagertha did an excellent job as a wife and mother. She adored Ragnar and assisted him in reclaiming Kattegat from Haraldson and becoming its earl when he was at his lowest. Lagertha forgave him for sleeping with Aslog and agreed to stay as long as she could by Ragnar's side as queen, a position she had properly earned. Ragnar, on the other hand, opted to humiliate Lagertha by accepting Aslog to stay with him. Number 2. Ekbert against Vikings. Ragnar deserved the Vikings' Wessex settlement, since he bargained with Ekbert in good faith and even battled for Ekbert to gain control of the kingdom. Ekbert then agreed to defend the settlement, making it Ragnar's biggest victory since he began raiding. Ekbert broke his promise and had his son massacre the settlement, a treachery the Vikings had not expected. And the number 1 worst betrayal in Vikings, Ragnar's resurrection. Ragnar returned with a fury to lay siege to Paris once again, just as it appeared that a fatally wounded Ragnar was on his way to Valhalla. He did in fact end up in a coffin, completely deceiving those closest to him, most notably the Frankish nobles who assembled in the parish church for his funeral. So that's the end of today's video. We hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave your comment. Let us know which betrayal was the most shocking to you. Like and subscribe to the Vikings Code channel, and stay tuned with us. We'll see you in the next one.